So, ideally, there is another lady that's supposed to join us. She also has a client that she went to go on their interview tomorrow, and I invited that I'm not going to be able to do your own now and do her own again. So let's just do everything tonight. But she's not here now, so we'll get started. And when she comes, we continue. So uh, we are going to start from the beginning, from where you meet the client. Then we try to analyze the possible things that can come up. Okay. And one thing you are going to help me do is to ensure that you don't mention the name of the client and you don't mention the name of their company as we are discussing, because the recording is there. It may go to YouTube later, so nobody should have access to the client or their name or their company, please. I hope that is clear.
Yes, sir, it's clear. I understand.
All right. So how did you meet the client?
Okay, actually, I was sending DMs on X, formerly Twitter, as you said,
Okay.
to people that have e-commerce email marketing agencies.
Hmm.
So I sent DMs until when I got to him, the first post I saw on his timeline was that he's hiring an email copywriter
Okay.
for his brand. So I tried messaging him, but the what X showed me was that I can't message him since I'm not verified on the
Okay.
platform. So
Okay.
immediately I searched him up on LinkedIn, and then I saw this.
See, you see, this you just mentioned now. I think I've discussed this with you guys, right? A lot of people are not using that method. Once you cannot message client in the X, copy that name, go to LinkedIn or Instagram and check him up. Yeah, I'm here, I'm listening.
So immediately I searched him up on LinkedIn. I sent him a connection request. So I also saw the post there that is hiring an email copywriter. And then on LinkedIn, he attached an email address where you should send your application to. So
Okay.
immediately I sent in my application. That was
Mhm.
last week, and for 4 or 5 days I didn't get any response. So I thought maybe he has hired someone else.
Okay.
Then yesterday I checked my inbox and I saw a reply from him. He sent a link where we should schedule a meeting. So he gave
Okay.
me the options of Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. So I picked Thursday by 3
Okay.
p.m. That's tomorrow by 3 p.m. West
Okay.
African time. But the person is based in the United States.
Okay. The client is based in the United States.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any this thing, any discussion you have had with him apart from that?
Well, I haven't had any discussion with him because when I sent him a connection request on LinkedIn, but he's yet to accept it on up till now. So we've not discussed anything. It's just the email. So when he sent the link for me to schedule the meeting, I scheduled and I replied that email telling him that I've scheduled the meeting, but I haven't um, had any reply from him. So
Okay.
I'm also saying for
The
tomorrow.
time, the time that scheduled the meeting is EST, right?
Say,
The time that you schedule the meeting is EST, right?
oh, it's West African time, 3 p.m. West African time.
Okay, it is your own time that was selected.
Yes, this Calendly link. So since
Okay.
I'm based in Nigeria, it's showing me based on our own time zone.
Okay.
And those are the options that the person has on his Calendly link. So those are the times you'll be available.
All right, that is fine. So the thing now is, what was the requirement, job requirement that he posted? What was the job requirement?
Okay, he owns an e-commerce email marketing agency. And so he said
Okay.
that he's hiring an email copywriter to help him write e-commerce emails.
Mm-hmm.
That was all. And then he provided the email address where you should send the application to.
Beautiful. This is your ideal client. This is a perfect client. So I'm going to discuss the basics, right? That you are going to discuss with him. Some of the questions he's going to ask you. the first thing he may probably want to ask you is, why do you come? What do you like about copywriting, or why do you choose copywriting or email copywriting?
Okay.
So if I should ask you now we are in interview, me and you now. What do you like about it? Why do you choose email copywriting?
Okay, essentially it's because first, I love selling, I love copywriting generally. And then why I niche down to email copywriting, e-commerce email copywriting specifically, is because I've been following some top influencers in the e-commerce email marketing industry like Chase Diamond and Lina Fahuzio. Those are some of the people that are well known. And I've been learning from them based on what they post. And so it's making me more passionate about the craft. And
Thank
also,
you.
I've been honing my skills for months now. And I'm looking for avenues where I can demonstrate my expertise.
Okay, thank you. So, another thing he may possible in this particular place, you also try to communicate to that, okay, that email copywriting is not like something that you want to do one off. It's something that is like you want to make it part of you, because email enable you to communicate on a personal level with someone. And that is very important to you because you think it is usually marketing messages are usually on a personal level. It should be one-on-one communication, trying to solve their problem and all that. So I think these are basically how you should respond to that question, the way you just talk about it now. That you have been following top-notch email copywriters, people like Chess Diamond, Splash, people like Varun, and all these guys. Then, the next thing is you may possibly ask you again is like, do you understand the basics Claviyo? Can you use Claviyo? Because that Claviyo is very important to them.
Okay, so I've gone through the Claviyo training. There's the one you attach in the $0 to $500 email copywriting program. And
Mm.
prior to that, I already had some foundational knowledge about Claviyo. So though I've not had
Okay.
any hands-on job experience using Claviyo, but
Mm.
then the knowledge I've gained, I know if given a job to handle it, I'll do so effectively.
Okay. Okay. All right. So that is fine. This is as far as you can tell him this. You tell him that, okay, you've learned the basics of Klaviyo, and you look at it as software that is pretty easy to operate based on the fact that you've given enough time to learn it and all that and all that. So you can be able to schedule emails. You can be able to set up flows, right? You can be able to set up campaign. You can be able to check reports and make an informed decision based on the report. You can be able to use it to also gauge if there is need to effect some to make some changes like subject line, like the offer and all that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But now, in emails now, you have completed your template of email, the samples of email you have completed it already.
Well, I've actually not written all the campaigns, but I've written all the major flows like the welcome flow, the cart abandonment, site abandonment, browse abandonment, and abandon checkout. They are all complete and they've been reviewed by the coaches in the Telegram group.
Okay, all right, all right. So among emails now, which of the email, as in among sequence of emails, checkout abandonment, browse abandonment, welcome series, and all that, which one is the most important, and which one brings in the highest revenue?
From what I've learned is the welcome flow and
Thank you, man.
the welcome flow
Thank
that
you.
brings in the most revenue.
Yes, yes, because it even has an open rate of about 30 to 40, right?
Yes.
Percent. Yes, welcome flow is the one. I think I'm super happy, right? I'm super happy. Then another possible question he may ask again is what is your schedule? What is your weekly schedule, and how many what is your availability? Yes, this is how they ask the question. What is your availability?
Okay, so I can commit 3 to 4 hours every day to his project, and I'll be able to adjust my schedule based on his own time zone, so we can work together.
Good. 3 to 4 hours in a week is how many hours?
3 hours a day. That's in a week will be 21 hours.
Okay, 4 hours,
Hours will be 28 hours.
28 hours, right?
Yes.
Okay, why not tell him that you can commit like 30 hours a week for his project, and depending on his schedule, you can be flexible in order to fit in the his own schedule, because you believe that quality delivery as well as timely delivery is important. Hmm?
Okay.
So I think generally these are some of the questions. It's not going to be a strict interview. When you go there, open your just interact with him normal like that. But please avoid questions like how is family, how have you been, how is people over there in US, how is your business? Please avoid this type of questions. Okay, just go straight
Yeah.
to the this thing. Then you should also try to ask some questions. Again, you should also try, because whoever asks questions during interviews controls the interview. Okay, you should try to ask questions that, okay, like, what is their this thing? For instance, do they work in a team? How is the role played? How will you know? How will they assign projects, jobs, like, right? How will you know when the job has been assigned to you? Okay, and and some things like, okay, if maybe let's say you are an email copywriter, for instance, right? What is the process of their working? Is it after writing the emails you are going to send it, or if you write the emails, there is a process in which the email will follow, and if there is need for I mean any check, because you believe that teamwork is important, and in as much as you're an email copywriter, you usually want to have like a second eye to look into whatever email you write or whatever project you are doing. In as much as you give in all the efforts, you want that if there is a second eye or third eye that is to look into it in order to maximize the possibility of getting the result. So what are their process of working in the agency? You try to ask him questions like that. So I think, Victor, I think you are set. As far as I'm concerned, you are set. Make sure is this your first interview that you are having? Hello, Victor, are you there? Victor, are you there? Okay. Ma Adebola, are you here?
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
Thank you
Um,
for finding time for us out of your busy schedule.
so you are welcome. It is necessary. It is very, very important to create time for you guys, because you are in our community, and the success of everybody in that place is important to all of us. So let's discuss a bit about your own project now.
Okay.
Victor,
Yes, sir.
you are trying to confuse us. I think so far, I think you are set, and I don't think there is anything that you will not be able to again. But then, what I was saying that the network do not allow you to hear is that you should be calm, right? Don't be nervous. If he asks you question, if you are not sure, tell him that you are not sure. If you do not hear and you do not get him very well, ask him that, please, can you come again? Can you explain it better? If you have been messaging me, you see, I used to ask a lot. Please, can you explain? Can you make this message more clear? Right? You should ask him so that you understand the question properly, and don't rush to give answer. Give some form of thought, because when you do that, they believe that, okay, this person this person used to think before he speak, and it's important. Okay, then try to have like an eye contact when you are interacting with him. Don't be that shy, hiding eyes type of all that. Try to have like an eye contact once in a while with the client. Is it your first interview?
Well, before joining this program, I've actually been on a call with a potential client before. So it's like my
Okay.
second time.
Okay, this is your second time. So I believe
Yes.
you have a little bit of experience. Please don't be nervous. Just come. I believe you are set to go. So I wish you the best. Then you should keep me posted on what. If do you have questions to ask before I go to Debola? Please, ma'am. Sorry. Let's finish with Victor.
Okay, so there's something I wanted to ask, like for the benefits of those in the community, because a lot of them reached out to me yesterday asking how were you able to do it. So
Okay.
I think there's something I did that really piqued his interest in my application. Although I
Okay.
don't have prior experience writing e-commerce emails, but then there's a way I arranged my portfolio. Because
Okay.
some time ago, one top e-commerce email marketer, Lina Fahuzio, she shared a framework. That's an email marketing framework that she used to scale a D2C e-commerce brand from
Okay.
$5,000 a month to 200,000 within 30 days. Like she shared the
Okay.
entire email framework. So I just modeled that framework and wrote my welcome sequence, my cart abandonment based on that framework that she gave. But then I referenced her that the framework that actually came from her. So that's the way I
Okay.
curated my portfolio and sent it to him and say, okay, that I benchmark what this email marketer used to generate $200,000 for this D2C brand, and that I can also replicate same for you.
Hmm.
So I don't know if it's something those in the community can also do. So when they are pitching these people, they don't pitch like a complete newbie that doesn't know anything about the industry. Because if I just send samples, just samples like that, maybe you would have been skeptical if this guy will be able to perform or not. So it's something I think those in the community can benefit from.
Okay. So what will happen? What will happen, right?
Yes.
uh, on Sunday webinars, when we are going to have webinar this Sunday, will you be available so that you come and demonstrate for us?
Okay, sir. I hope I'll be available so I can demonstrate because people really reached out to me yesterday in the evening.
Okay, okay. Just see that community is designed to help each other succeed. Okay,
Yes.
it is what it is. Please try to come during Sunday webinars. You should come. Then I will give you this thing so I'll be able to share your screen. You demonstrate it for us so that everybody will learn.
Okay, sir. There's no problem.
All right. Any more
Okay.
questions?
For now, no. But if I have any later, I'll reach out to you on WhatsApp.
All right, all right. So I wish you the best. Thank you. Let me deal with Ma Adebola for now.
Okay, sir.
So do have a wonderful night rest.
Okay. Good night, sir.
Yes. Good evening, ma.
Good evening. Good evening.
Sorry that
Ah, that's
we
fine.
switched to
Yeah.
Victor.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So let's start from your own situation.
Okay.
First of all, with anything you want to say regarding this client, don't mention the company name and don't mention any client's name. The client's name.
Okay.
Do you get that?
Yes, yes, yes. I do.
Okay. Okay. So you say you meet the client too. Let's start from how you meet the client, then we'll narrow it down to how you can be able to uh,
Okay.
answer
It was
their.
actually through this Facebook community.
Okay.
I'm in a few communities like that, copywriters, Claviyo, e-commerce, and the likes.
Okay.
So they do post jobs and opportunity, and so the person just come up with he needed a freelancer, um, a volunteer copywriter for his agency.
Okay.
That he wants someone with a bit of experience, not newbie as such. So I shall had to send him a DM So he requested that if you're interested, you send a DM. So I did so, and he got back to me almost immediately, asking that it's a long time commitment a bit. They want someone that is actually ready to take a long time commitment and grow with them. So I
Okay.
said I love that too, that there's no problem as long as I'm dealing with real people, because there are actually a lot of scam on those Facebook whatever. I've actually
Very
attended
much. Very much. There are plenty.
directing you from year to year, Telegram group, this and that, like the one I shared with you early in the past. In fact, if not for your observation, maybe I would have just go ahead and disturb myself for nothing. So
Yeah.
immediately I tried the other client. Immediately I tried to throw in some question to him, like, so he now stopped reaching out. So I know that okay, this is a scam. So I now try to explain to talk to him that okay, once I know I'm dealing with real people that will appreciate my commitment and also give me recommendation for my impact, that I'm cool with it.
Okay. Okay. So
So he
now
now said okay. So he
I'm
said
listening.
I should. So it was thereafter that he now sent an email address that I should forward my resume and samples of my portfolio. So I did that, and I think he got back to me. Okay, they acknowledged the receipt. I think almost the following day. I think the following day. So while I was doing the email thing, I was also chatting with him on Facebook on DM. So
Okay.
when after the acknowledgement, I think like 2 3 days after, they sent the email that I shared with you that okay, they've gone through my application and they are optimistic that I will be onboarding with them soon. That but there will be an interview on Zoom, so and so. So and
Okay.
the following day, I think, so I now replied that they should update me about the schedule interview, because in that email they didn't add either time or day or anything. So they only informed me that they've concluded that there will be an interview. So when I got back to them that okay, they should try and update me. So the following day, that was when I reached out to you. So the following day, I got the email. I even got it late. I wouldn't know if it was network, because it was as if network went with Nigerian protest. That Thursday till about Monday, it was so bad. I struggled to join the meeting on Sunday. I could not. My screen
It
just
was
kept closing.
most likely it is something that they do it definitely just to hinder that protest.
I know, I'm very sure that because once immediately the president addressed the nation on Sunday. In fact, I had to write something about it on my LinkedIn, whatever. That was a coincidence that on Monday morning the thing just surfaced and it was smooth back. So I got
Okay.
it late. I was even reading it around 5, although I was trying to watch out for them. But just like you have told me that they will most likely inform me ahead. So I now just
Mhm.
saw that okay, meeting has been scheduled. In fact, by the time I was reading the email, the scheduled time has passed. So I now replied that I am supposed to have an update about an interview so I can prepare for it.
Mhm.
So he now, I think I tried to DM him too about that too. So he said they will get back. So he now said that how about having a kind of preliminary interview on that messenger platform,
Okay.
awaiting for while I still await for the major one. So we now did that yesterday. So he
Okay.
said I should set the time myself, which I did. And when it's a few minutes to the time, I try dropping a chat with him and he asked if he could call. I said yes. So he called. We actually had the meeting for like 20 minutes, I think. So we
Okay.
interacted. And even before that time, yesterday morning, and I saw another mail scheduling a meeting for tomorrow night. That's 8:15 to 8:45, I think, on Zoom. So, and I noticed that it was a kind of a calendar invitation that was scheduled for,
Calendly.
yes, like 5 or 6 people. So although he mentioned it from the discussion we had yesterday, that in that Thursday meeting, that I will meet their founder, this and that, and it's going to be a co-founder and whatever interview.
Okay. Now, since it is a volunteer position, do they have any like like something that they will give you? How long will the volunteer? How long will it last?
I try ask in I because I've been fan. Immediately I chatted with you, I've dropped out some question myself. So I need to know more about the organization. Then I need to know my own responsibility, the workload. Since it's a volunteer, I need to know the workload. I need to know my schedule. Then I also need to know compensation in terms of expenses incurred in the cost of work. So I asked him all of this. He said those are going to be talked about on Thursday, and
Okay.
thereafter there will be a kind of agreement to be signed. Then I will
Okay.
be given to look into it. Then if I'm okay with it, I will give in.
Okay. So now, basically, your interview is going to be basically, it's no longer they have accepted you. It's obvious. But the interview now, the main thing now is going to be from you. There are certain things that I will tell you. If I am the one, that is how I'm going to go about it. Because I've never worked on volunteer before. Number one, there should be a definite time duration in which the volunteerism will end or something like that.
Okay.
There should be a definite time.
I have that in my question too. I have that in my question too. That was the duration.
Maximum and maximum should be 30 days.
Okay.
And if it becomes too important, then you can make it 60 days, depending on the compensation that they want to give in terms of, let's say, in terms of expenses that you are going to incur during your work duration.
Okay.
For instance, if they say they are going to give you like $100,
Okay.
you can decide to make it even 3 months.
Okay.
But if they say they want to give you 100, if they say they want to give you like $50 is going to be like 70,000 or so.
Okay.
So I think if depend again, if the work, in fact, $50, you should just make it like 2 months maximum if the compensation is around $50. And you are doing it, you are looking for other projects.
Yeah.
Now, if they agree that they are going to give you compensation, but they'll give you compensation in, like they say that they want you to work for them 2 months, but as volunteer, but they'll give you compensation at the end of that 2 months. Don't agree.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So the compensation should come maximum in the next 30 days, the first compensation. And if it happens that you reach that 30 days, you work till that 30 days, they start telling you that they have bank problem, they have this issue, they have all that and all that, don't continue.
Okay.
People are very bad.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So two things, these are the most important thing I think you just need to know. One, there should be defined time. Two, there should be defined compensation that they are going to give you based on the expenses that you're going to incur, and the definition of the duration that you are going to accept now should be based on that compensation. If the compensation is good enough, some people are even working in Nigeria, they are collecting 70,000 per month, and they are going there every day, right?
Yes.
So you see, if it is like something I have to do like $50, since it is a volunteer and something, you can decide to say you work for 2 months, right? After that 2 months, you now use value to hold them, deliver quality, and at the right time. Please, if the compensation is good, avoid I don't have network, I have network problem, I have battery problem. Avoid it. The maximum that what you are going to do is get if get data in different SIMs so that if one SIM is not doing well, you can use other SIM, different networks.
Okay.
So I think basically these are the two things, because now the way it is, you have already been accepted already in the organization. But then how to convey, this is the reason why they are coming in number now. How to convey the compensation to you now is seeming as if he doesn't want to convey it. You understand?
Okay.
So it is the major reason now that he said that they are going to do it in the group, and in the group they are going to, you are not going to be the only person. There may be other people that are not part of the team that want to join the team. Then they will discuss with you guys. If the compensation is too poor, because in such situation, when they want the compensation to be too poor, they will tell you that this is also a case of someone that is coming along as well as joining us, and we have discussed with him, and this is what we have agreed with him. Now, or in case they told you that they have agreed with your peers that they are going to pay the compensation at the end of 3 months, don't agree. There is no time to go and suffer for somebody.
Yes, yes.
So these are some of the things that you should just have at the back of your mind. You don't have anything with interview again. I'm very sure they are going to accept you, but you just have to know the limits. You have to define these limits and make sure that the agreement is properly documented based on this arrangement. If you have questions to ask me, you can ask me. If I know I'll answer, then we close.
Yeah, I think that all you've mentioned is actually very valuable. I actually have part of that in my question, but I wasn't even looking at the fact that I know there should be a compensation for expenses incurred. Then I was not even looking at. I know there should also be a time frame too. If there's actually going to be a conversion to a full job, or it's going to be just working on the project for that period of time and moving on. So I think this is it's a very good.
I forgot. So another thing again is you tell them that at the end of the contract, at the end of working with them, right? If you do well for them, you want them to give you, don't tell them review. You want them to give you, you want them to comment on your effort and your quality of work at the end of the project if you do well for them.
I have that in my question too.
Okay.
I have that.
Okay. Then if they comment in it, don't just say they should tell you, they should comment it, you should screenshot it and open the folder in your phone and save it.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
All right, because the platform that they are going to be using, immediately after they close contract with you, they may remove you from the platform and you may not have access to it again.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you should screenshot it once they make a comment on your services, right? And that platform most likely is going to be Slack. If you get into that Slack, you should try to upload your photo in the Slack so that if you screenshot it later, it will show with your picture. So that if you send it to any client, it's going to be easy to the client to think that you agree that it is you that is there.
Okay. All right. It's noted.
So, please ask any more questions so that we'll close.
I can see you are tired.
Yeah.
I think I'm cool with that. Anything that comes up, because the way it is now, there is a bit of flexibility because it's not an higher contract. So
Yeah.
so it has to be with, okay, they checking what you have to offer, and they see if it's actually cool with them. Then at least in fairness, I will try to do my best, because part of the reason why I'm accepting it is also to build that experience and have a good commendation.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much.
So thank you. To have a wonderful night rest.
Thank you. Jazakumullah khairan.
Oh, yeah, you are welcome.
Mhm. Good night.